The Trump administration has refused to defend their budget cuts, mass layoffs, and lawlessness directly to the American public. So Democrats across the country have stepped into the void. Tonight, a group of 5 state attorneys generals hosted their own town hall of sorts, where they heard from Minnesotans and others about how the Trump administration's executive orders and other actions are harming them and how people can fight back. Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison hosted New York's Letitia James and the AGs from Arizona, Illinois, and New Jersey. New York Attorney General Letitia James joins me now from North St. Paul. Welcome, AG. It's such a pleasure to be in conversation with you. I really do appreciate the effort at this moment by state officials such as yourself, because a lot of folks are coming to rely, thinking, oh my gosh, the cavalry is the court. And that very well may be, but you know firsthand how that can be a little iffy proposition at times. So what the attorneys generals are doing across the country says a lot. What are you specifically doing to fight back against what seemingly is an assault, a full frontal assault on our democratic norms and institutions?
Well, thank you, Michael, for having me on. Let me just tell you that the attorneys general, Democratic attorneys general, we're winning. We have been filing cases from day one. In fact, the first case that we filed within 48 hours of the birthright citizenship ban was from attorneys general. And we've been winning ever since, getting temporary restraining orders and getting preliminary injunctions on a wide range of issues. And we are prepared also to file an action against the dismantling of the Department of Education. I'm here in Minneapolis today, Minnesota, to talk about the harms and to talk about the impact of these executive orders on everyday Americans. This is not what Americans voted for. What they voted for was a government that would not be contemptuous of government, a government which has laid off thousands of individuals who serve government each and every day. We are concerned about veterans. We are concerned about law enforcement grants that have been discontinued. We're concerned about the privatization of Social Security and offices being shut. We are concerned about seniors and Meals on Wheels. We are concerned about so many issues, and that's why we are here and holding town hall meetings all across America. This is the second town hall that we've held. The first one was sponsored by Attorney General Chris Mays in Arizona. We are here today in Minnesota with Attorney General Ellison. We'll be heading to Colorado soon, and then to Vermont, and then ultimately to New York to hold town hall meetings about the impact of executive orders on everyday Americans. We're standing up, we're fighting back. We're not only using the rule of law, but we're also standing up because we want to make sure that Americans are included in this and that we use them as part of our evidence and in our declarations as part of our cases.
How has the response been for the town halls that you've had so far? The crowds, the energy expressed at what they're hearing from the AGs. What are people out there feeling and thinking right now, and how specifically is that connecting, or are you connecting with that feeling?
So Americans want to know that their elected officials are fighting back, that they're standing up, that they're not going to sit idly by and allow the Constitution, to be ignored, that the rule of law will be followed, that we will follow the Constitution, that we will stand up for the countless number of individuals who work for government each and every day only to serve Americans. It's important that individuals know that they have authentic leaders in the Democratic attorneys general who are each and every day, again, defending the rule of law and responding to these executive orders. And it's important that individuals understand that we are winning. And so the response has been overwhelmingly. Everywhere I have gone, we have gotten standing ovations. Again, because we're not going to sit idly by and allow the President of the United States to basically ignore the rule of law with the stroke of a pen, and to ignore Congress, to minimize Congress, to neuter Congress. Someone's got to stand up, and it's Democratic attorneys general. We did it before, we're going to do it again, and we're not afraid. And the only way that we can do it is to join with Americans across across this nation standing up and fighting back and defending our democracy, and not having individuals who are contemptuous of government and recognizing that government is a force for good. Seniors need their Social Security. Individuals need Medicaid. People need government. And we all obviously do not want a bloated government, but you have to do it consistent with the rule of law and not with the stroke of a Sharpie.